I'm glad you've joined me today. My work with Moving Forward Safe Place beginning in May of 2022, 10,000 times that someone walked through the door, asked a question, wanted help, wanted guidance, wanted a cup of coffee, wanted to charge a phone, just wanted someone to listen. People that I had the privilege of being around, very resilient, and they were very devoted to one another. It was a bonding experience for us to spend that time together, sometimes day after day, over a period of weeks. There was a lot of loss in the world. There were people who lost loved ones. We lost clients who took their own life, who overdosed on substances that they had turned to for help, lost their jobs, who lost a vehicle that was repossessed or broke down and they couldn't fix it. Some lost houses. One woman near retirement age that had trouble speaking English had received several notices from our county, and they sold her house at auction, and she came in the day after the auction to ask me what had happened. And we struggled to walk with her as they evicted her from her own homestead. I learned some amazing things from these people. Most importantly, that if you're going to move forward anyway, you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. Some of the people that came to us were very tentative. They wouldn't come in at all. They would sit outside on the sidewalk, look inside, look at others go by, maybe even have their back to us. You could tell they wanted to be close. They actually wanted to come inside, but they weren't ready yet. They weren't ready to be around people, or maybe they didn't trust us. Maybe they didn't know for sure how it was going to go or what we were going to start with. But that tentativeness was quickly overcome when we would take a little bottle of water or some coffee outside and engage them and just see how they were doing. They would warm up and begin to visit and sometimes open up incredibly, even out on the sidewalk. Another thing I noticed is that when someone else in the room needed something, others were quick to jump in and share their own experience. Well, this is where you need to go. I went down there and this is how that visit went and this is what they did and I recommend it or I don't recommend it or don't waste your time. The answer to the question that came in to us often came from a fellow struggler, someone else who had come in to ask a different question, but they had an answer for someone else. Most everyone wants to be known. And I learned in this group that tended to come day after day for a period of time, sometimes weeks on end, their face would light up as we would just speak their name. They wanted to be recognized. It was worth coming in to get a cup of coffee just to hear their name. And they appreciated very much that courtesy. They were ready to share what they had. So often a little bit of money would come their way and the next thing you know, they would be loaning it to somebody else or buying cigarettes for other people. One came in and cooked a massive breakfast for a dozen people or more. It took several hours. He had one basic heating element. We weren't set up for that, but it meant a lot to him and it was a joy to watch. And finally, I learned that acceptance breeds gratitude. When someone feels that you know them, that you care about them, that you're willing to see them and listen to them, they're incredibly grateful. It opens up their thankful spirit. There's something to be gained by being around others. Let yourself go ahead and get out and be among others who might be struggling or might be winning at what they're doing. But being out there with them helps you move forward anyway. So thanks for sharing these thoughts with me, and I hope that you will tune in again and let me share some other insights and things that we learn in the process of our common goal to move forward anyway.